Alright, let's start checking things on here. Yeah, the P1124 is supposed to be a fuse, right? Okay, so the power rail has a short. What are the odds this thing just works? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now that I've got it completely cleaned off. That'd be glorious, right? I mean, I'm not seeing any shorts. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, it's very unlikely. I'm going to plug the DC jack back in, which is around here somewhere. I just want to give it power. This is the regular tiny boy Dell. Those server fans, those small Noctua fans should be here today. So my power cord did not immediately shut off. That's something. Nothing's heating up. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. Let me see if I'm actually drawing any amperage here. There should be. Alright, it's not being useful. Okay, I'm seeing amps at the motherboard. That bad boy is getting real hot. Does it get hot just by me plugging it in? Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. This chip being just plugged in is starting to heat up. See if I take the power button off, does it? No, make sure it's not something on this side of the board. It is not. So, let's look at this. This is a Nuvoton? Nuvotor? Let me check for see if there's any shorts over here.
Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If you like these videos, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. It really, really helps the channel.
Since that's getting hot. Just with the power cord plugged in, which I'm pretty sure is not normal. I don't see any like schmutz around it that would be causing that. So there is one, this bad boy. Miraculously, I don't have any shorts on this board. What the hell? How is that even possible? That there's no shorts on this board. But what if this chip is dead? Yeah, it's not. That's the thing. That's one of the things that I checked. Like there's no short coming off of it at all, which is wild. Like I checked my normal suspects. I'm not seeing shorts on them. It is a Dell Inspiron 15. I think a 5400 is what it is. That might be shorted. All right, so we do have a short out here. So this guy. All right, we have a short. I found a short. Now it's determining. So we have a short in this area. Plan on working and doing other stuff. It's like I always do. All right, let's heat this up. So this capacitor is shorted. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be or not. But we're going to take it off and see if the short persists. I figure out why this thing is being so unstable right now. Just a little low melt. All I want to do is lift this up. Probably I can just do like that. See, we still got a short. So we still have a short. Come on. What are you doing here, buddy? Why? Why is everything fighting me today? What are the chances that that is not bridged underneath that? Low? Pretty low? It's not bridged, is it? Alright, so... I can't leave that like that. I gotta fix that. You know me. I say what? Alright, let's get this thing sitting down there. I don't like that. Any day now. Thank you. Alright, so that's not the short. So the other place that has a short going through it is this, which I need to go through, and I need to figure out where this all comes from. So we have a short here, there, goes to this, so there's a short there, but there's no short here. This should be, I feel like this should be a ground plane, but maybe it isn't. Let's follow that. No, I guess it isn't. No voltage drop. Could be one of these MOSFETs. This is the problem with troubleshooting and not having schematics. But yeah, you gotta do with what you gotta make do with what you got. This is a TURIS 16808-1. No, not on this one. So the only thing that's actually outside of this circuit that leads outwards besides this is this. But I actually, like, the voltage drop on this is probably correct, because we have, it's a 0.1 voltage drop here, so it's not bad. On this side, it's a 9.3, or it's a 39 milliohms, which is consistent across all of these components. So I wonder if it's this, then? Whatever this is coming from, which is nothing. Gotta love multi-layer boards, right? So do we risk taking that off right next to this stuff? Because we don't want to mess with these guys at all. Because the voltage drop on this, again, it's 37 and going this way. So it's the same both ways on this. 37. No voltage drop. Yeah, I'm wondering if this is it. Well, those are the same. That's 0. That's 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. 37 or 37. 37, 37. And is there these? No, this is all one trace. So that should be 0. That should be 0. And that's 37. Or one of these. What if it could be one of these guys? Not sure what they're supposed to read normally, though. Could be this. We're gonna pull these guys off of here. My plan is to just heat them up and then move them over, heat it up, move it over, heat it up, move it over. See if anything changes. Oh, excuse me. I pressed the wrong microscope button. So, again, I'll repeat what I just said, seeing as I didn't do that. I'm going to move this over, I'm going to move this over, I'm going to move this over, and see if the short persists. Should probably do that. To saying, alright, so those aren't causing the short. Is it this MOSFET then? Because we're not getting a short here, because this is not ground. So yeah, this side of the pad is not ground. This should be, so if this side isn't ground, this is ground, then it should be, this should all be ground. So then it's the other side of this. Which teeny capacitor are we talking about? Are we talking about this one? No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, and then we've determined that this side, this is ground, this is, so negative, positive. So that's still ground, that's still ground, That's still ground. Yeah, this is a little confusing. And like I said, we have no way of following this side of this. I guess let's check let's move the microscope back here. Let's check the thermal camera again. I'm gonna plug in. That isn't still like making contact, is it? And I'm just like not paying attention very well. No, it's not making contact. All right, let's see. See if this guy is still. See if this guy's still heating up. I'm gonna plug this in. So plugged in. Yeah, immediately it starts to heat up. Checking to make sure we don't have anything else in here that could be heating up. That's just a reflection. But that doesn't explain why I'm having a short here. Alright, let me put these things back down. Let's get this guy back down there first. Flux is your friend. Let's go ahead and get that. Alright, so let's get in there and grab this guy. There we go. Let's clean that up a little bit before we put that back on there. Alright, let me grab my solder wick. And his master would say, here we go with the tape again. All right. Let's get the last of the adhesive off there. You can see it leaves behind a little adhesive when I do that. So, we're still on the hunt for what the problem is with this thing. And it's not that. Oh, back to poking. I wonder if it's this. We'll get a good look at this here under the microscope real quick. This is the bottom of that chip. That looks burnt. This looks dead to me. That right there. That looks like looks real bad.
Enhance!
Like a lot of these over here actually just they look bad. Like this one here I'm getting like nothing on. But they're testing fine. Hey. Look at that. There's a short. That's shorted. Finally, something. So these three are reading as a short. What's over there? So the other side of that. Alright, so let's pull these one at a time and see if it's any of these guys. So we got one there, got one there, and we got one there. All three of these are reading as a short. Well, it might not. You're probably right. But this lady was willing to pay whatever it takes to get this computer working. So, like, if this doesn't work, then I'm ordering a motherboard for because she can't afford a new computer, as weird as that sounds, even though she can afford to pay me whatever it takes to get it working, and she doesn't want to learn a new computer. She just wants this one to work again. Like, you don't have to explain to me how weird that sounds. How, like, unrealistic that sounds. That's one. 'Twas not the culprit. So it might just be that chip. It might just be that chip. And if it is that chip, then I'm not doing it. Mainly because I don't have one. So both sides of these are still shorted. And because these are just vias, like, it's very difficult to know exactly, like, to what component these things are going. Because it should, one of them should be this. That ain't working. You get no continuity over here. Back they go. Alright, so running out of possible things to check on this. I mean, what it's just going to come down to, honestly, that this chip is bad. That it's shorted from the coffee. And then I'm SOL because I don't have one. Well, that's new. I don't think that was shorted before. And that should definitely, this side should be negative. This should be positive. Because that's a negative. Ugh. Another one? That looks damaged, but I don't know if it actually is. I think it's fine. It's just seen better days. Alright, let's pop this thing off of here. Hey. That's bad. Look at that. Last try. All it took. Let's just verify again. Nope. Short. That guy's bad. Because I no longer have... There's no longer a short there. Alright. Let's go grab a donor board. So good. So good. I wonder about myself sometimes. Okay, now we add a little bit of flux. Alright, let's plug it in. And then we'll see if something else pops up as a problem. Because unfortunately, this is one of those things where there could be a series of failures. This is the guy over here that was giving a problem before. Oh, we're actually pulling amps on the charger now. Apparently I need to let this cool down a little bit. Well, the whole board. Hard to tell. Yeah, it's retaining heat really well. Let's find out though. I mean, it certainly looks like the center of it's starting to heat up again, but let's just hold off for now. Get this all evaporated. I think this is going to be one where I have to wait. Like, actually be patient with this. Because the temperature is just pretty high on that end of the board. There should be some LEDs on this board, though. That should help give me an indicator if something is working or not. Yeah, I think it might still be bad. Still think it might be this chip. Because even though we don't have a short there now, like I think it's still heating up, which is unfortunate. I thought I was positive there. So this short over here in this corner is still there. Even though we know for a fact that this was bad. I wonder if taking that off will remove that short on the bottom. Temperature come down. Yeah, temperature has come down. Yeah, immediately we get a bright spot in the center of that chip. So I have this feeling that we're just kind of SOL on this chip. My other problem is going to be, like, what happens when the palm rest doesn't work, when the keyboard doesn't work? What do I do then? I'm just like, hey, we'll keep throwing money at this thing, Melva. What are the odds these are the same chip? I mean, they sure look the same. My tweezers are not large enough to lift this off. This is a 958. This is a 285. Yeah, these look very similar, but I have a feeling they work very differently. Because this should be the batch number. That's the batch number. That's the actual part number. Part numbers are different. Now I need to clean up all of the all of this. Really? There's a lot of bridges? I hadn't noticed. No, but I gotta go to an on-site, so curious if I'm gonna need to use the iron or if I can get this done with this. Probably gonna need to use the iron. Iron's gonna be way easier, yeah. Because these aren't gonna want to separate. Also, I don't think these are actually making contact. So All right, let's hit this with one more blistering amount of heat and see if it just sucks itself down onto the pads. So I think this board has circuit damage, like actual, like in the board trace damage. All right, you know what? We'll check this tomorrow. I gotta go for now. So thank you all for hanging out with me today. I will talk to you all tomorrow. So the last thing that we did last night was replace this controller with some random controller. I thought everything looked okay except for these over here. But then when I went and I touched them, they're actually all on there and there's no bridges. So just curious what's gonna happen when I plug this in, if we're gonna see magic smoke. All right, and then if it gets hot again, I can put the old one back on. Instantly gets hot again. So that means it's something in the board then, right? But on the bright side, I can put that controller back on. It instantly got hot again. So that just begs the question of, if it's not this, what is it? Maybe what I'll do is I'll go to that. Oh, you know what it probably is? I just thought about this. It's probably the processor. Not going to spend any more time on this. Like I said, I'm going to swap this memory controller back onto here. Then after I swap the memory controller, I'm going to put this thing back together, order a new motherboard, order a new keyboard, order a new mouse, or a new trackpad. Hey, you know what? I'm actually okay with how this turned out because I replaced this with like little to no issue. Hey, man. Hey, it's Chris. All right, so like it's dead. It's dead. The computer's dead. So, okay. So I can still get all your data and stuff off of it, like, because that part is fine. So we just got to look at getting you a new computer. All right, I'll get you something, and when it all comes in, I'll give you a call. See, this would probably be fine. I think I might just do this. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked that video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I stream daily on Twitch at twitch.tv/SpecVengeance. And yeah, if you want to learn more about my services, check out Bradenton PC Repair.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.